In this session, we are going to create a new project in TIA Portal. Let me start it. I'm going to run this as administrator so that it does not ask for license again. As sometimes if I open it normally it does not detect the license. So I'm using Windows 10. I have a Core i5 laptop which is 7th generation. So this is still a powerful software which will take its time. So it is an overview over here. There are different options available. By using online and diagnostic option, you can directly detect your CPU over here in accessible devices. But it is useful when you just want to detect your PLC, check if its communication is working or not. So you can use this function at that time. So as it says diagnostic, so instead of creating new project and going to new program, you can just directly detect it from over here. It is taking such a long time. Okay, so here the interface is Profinet interface, which is set in my control panel, PGPC interface, and here's my you can say LAN card by which I will plug my Ethernet cable connected to my PLC. Right now nothing is plugged. We are getting an overview of TIA Portal, so I'm just going to get to start. Here are some recent projects that I have created which are being shown over here. I can create new project from over here. I can migrate a project. For example, you have a project of TIA Portal, earlier version of TIA Portal. So you can select a project from over here, source path, and you can set a target path over here, and it will convert earlier versions project to this TIA Portal version 15 project, and you can easily open it then. Here it says installed software. As you can see, version 15 is installed. Interface language can be changed from over here. You can use help function, which will have all the programming and hardware, you can say hardware help, which you can access in case of any confusion. So help function and programming manual or Siemens PLC manual are, I believe, two best references to be used. So here I'll name my new project demo in English. I'll click on create. So there are multiple options over here as well. If I have to open the existing project, I will click over here. But right now, I have to configure a device. If I have to directly write a PLC program, I'll choose this option. If I have to use, for example, PID block, I can use this. I can configure a HMI screen from over here. But we are starting a project. We will use creating new device. I'll click over here, add new device. So from here you can add PLCs, HMI, and PC based HMI or SCADA systems. So right now I'm going to go over here. I will go to S7-1200 CPU, and my physical PLC that I have, it is 1211C version. For simulation or for TIA Portal purpose, education purpose, I can use 1214 over here. So let me explain this. Over here it says CPU 1211. It is it's the version of different S7-1200 PLC. As you can see with time, there are multiple variants. C means compact. and compact means that there are certain number of inputs or outputs on board. Like if I select the PLC, you would see over here that there are certain number of input and output. It is written over here as well that 14 digital input and 20 are of 24 volt DC and 10 digital outputs. Further, AC, DC, RLY. AC means AC power input power, and DC means DC input power. Here DC means inputs, number of inputs, like for example I'm using push button or sensor, that must be of DC input. And here this is output rating. So here in this PLC I have relay outputs. Here in this PLC I have DC output. So DC output I can only use 24 volt, and for relay output I can use 24 volt, 110 volt, 220 volt, right? And if I open a PLC, there are 3 different variants over there as well, with different firmware version, and with these are article numbers. So there can be, for example, here it says 0.1 millisecond per thousand instruction. Here it says 0.04 millisecond. So there can be differences in certain features or speed of the PLC, right? And here are the versions, firmware version. So for S7-1200 simulation in TIA Portal version 15, I am going to use version 4 or above. If you select an older version, it wouldn't be able to simulate. And when we program a physical PLC, we have to match the version of this physical CPU and the version that we select over here. If you don't know the version, select the lowest one. Article number would be written on the PLC, but like over here there can be different version, right? So select the lower version so that you are able to program if you don't know the firmware version. There are certain features written over here. I'm just going to add this device. So this is my CPU, as you can see over here. Here I can add communication modules to the left, and here I can add IO modules to the right. So modules are written over here, which we will see it later on. For configuration, CPU configuration, I can just click over here on device configuration. Let me try again. Okay, let me press use Alt plus enter. I believe I have to drag that window from the bottom. It happens every time. Okay, so here are the configuration. I can use zoom button as well. As you can see, I can further zoom in. Okay, that is too much. I just want to show you how good this software is, right? So you can see the status LEDs over here. You can see the inputs and outputs, and it addresses as well. Like we can assign tags directly as well, which I will show you later on. So that's better. So I did not click it earlier. So it is showing the detailed information over here. Yep. And here are the IO tags, right? So these are the, since every S7-1200 PLC has 2 built-in analog inputs, these are being shown over here with data type integer. And here these are boolean inputs. I can assign a name over here as well, like input, and here you can see. So these are absolute addresses, and these are symbolic addresses that are in human language. So by using this, we a property window, we are configuring our PLC. We have further online and diagnostic option as well. From here you can go online, or you can use this button as well. You have diagnostic status, diagnostic buffer. It shows all the system events, alarms over here. It is CPU cycle time, memory, Profinet interface, Again, you can set IP from over there here as well. So what we can do is we just one more thing. Here is the main program block from where you can enter your program. Either you can select ladder logic, FPD, right? And here are on the right, these are all the ladder logic functions. I can change this language to FPD as well, and you can see it would show the FPD editor now. So on the left, it is a project tree which we'll mostly using adding new devices, device configuration, main OB block. Here we will work on PID blocks, external source files, PLC tags that we can assign from over here. Data types can be made, watch and force table for monitoring or troubleshooting purposes, device backups, traces, uh, uh, for displaying information, program info, okay, local modules that shows external modules over here. So this is my project tree. This is my detail view. If I choose a function over here, I can see its detail over here. On the right, I have basic instructions, or if I go to devices and networks window, it shows all the drives or PC systems or HMI or any other device that I can add from over here, right? And if I click the main OB, in which most of our program will be called or written, it would show the timers, counters, and all the functions over here. It would show PID or motion control functions. It would show distributed IO, data and time of day, and some other special functions over here. Testing, if I go online or use simulation, my CPU would be status would be shown over here. I can search different parameters tags from over here. I can add for some libraries, special libraries as well. Over here you can see go online. Here's the upload button, download button, and accessible devices as well, that which devices are currently online. And from down bottom are the properties window and info, which would show compile errors if there's any, and diagnostic window as well. So this is the complete overview. If I click just simulate, because PLC right now is not connected, so instead of my Ethernet card, it shows over here PLC sim, because I'm using a virtual PLC, and it's taking time, but it is going to show my PLC over here, right? So I can click on load. Also, I haven't written any program, but I'm showing you what happens if we compile and upload a program. It is right now compiling. I'm going to click on load and finish. So it's not on run mode right now. I'm going to click on run, and it is going to blink back and forth, and it is stable now. Let me click on the monitoring part. Now, as you can see on the left and on the right, it is showing my PLC status, and over here everything is green. That means there are no errors, there are no warnings, everything seems perfect, even though I haven't written a program, but it shows like that. So that is how we take our PLC online on simulation. Here I can use upload and download button as well. So in the next lesson we are going to discuss tags.